Okay, I'm on page 200 in your book, lesson 47, reports in APA style. Up until this point, you guys have been typing reports using MLA style. There's another type of style that your instructor may ask you to use, and that's called APA. I'm reading on page 200 right now. Study the guidelines shown below for an academic report formatted in APA style. Refer to the full page model on pages 201 to 202, and always check the publication manual and your teacher's instructions. Okay, so when you're doing an APA style report, we use 12-point Times New Roman font, just like you do for MLA style. We use 1-inch margins, just like we do for an unbound MLA report. Double spacing and 1/2-inch indent, same as MLA. Double space long quotes of 40 or more words and indent a 1/2 inch from the left margin. That's slightly different. The difference is in MLA style, it is indented from the left margin 1 inch instead of a 1/2 inch. So that's just a little bit of a difference. Key a running heading in all caps at the top of each page that includes the title of the paper at the left margin and the page number at the right. So that's different because in MLA style we have the last name of the person who wrote the report and the page number in the upper right corner. So that's a little bit different. Page number still in the right, but now we have the title in all capital letters at the top left. Center the report title and capitalize all main words. That's the same as MLA. Include a complete alphabetical listing of all references cited in the report and label it bibliography. Okay, that's a little bit different because in MLA style we call that works cited, but for APA it is bibliography, but it's formatted the same as you can see on page 200, the bibliography page. You still have to set a hanging indent. Okay, if you take a look at page 201, you can see a running head on each page with the title of and the page number as shown. They show you, the title is just starting at the top 1 inch, so you don't even have to hit enter before you begin typing the title. Long quote, they show you how to do that. Page 202 is the end of the report and the bibliography. So they also talk on page 203 about internal citations in APA style. Okay. A citation, by the way, is when you identify where you got the information from. Okay, the internet, a book, a magazine, newspaper. On page 203, when cited information is paraphrased, which means you put it in your own words, the last name of the author and the publication year of the paraphrased material are shown in parentheses. For example, in your paper you might type, podcasts are effectively used by distance faculty. Okay, that was paraphrased. It means it was put into your own words, but you got the information from Crawford, and his publication was published in 2014, so that's how you do that. Okay, number 2, when the author's names are used in the text, the publication year is keyed after the author's name. For example, according to Crawford, since you're mentioning his name right in the paper, then you just put 2014 in parentheses, because this is where you got the information from him, and you just reworded it. Number 3, when a citation is a direct quote, the page number appears in parentheses after the quote. Example, if you mention his name, okay, then you got to put the year, just like we talked about before. Said, faculty are uploading podcast lectures. That's a direct quote. You're using that word for word from what he said, and you're on the internet web page or whatever. So then you put page 134 at the end in parentheses. And number 4, long quotations of 40 words or more are indented a 1/2 inch from the left margin and double spaced. Tap enter once before and after the long quote. Okay, so that's a little bit different from MLA style, and you can see that there. See that space between the regular report and the long quote. Right above, make no mistake, both written and verbal communication. Right above that, there's a little bit of an extra space, so you have to hit enter twice to get before and after the long quote. So on page 204, 47D1, it says in a new document, click no. Okay, you're going to just read and do those things. That one's real quick. 47D2, you actually have to type the report on pages 201 to 202, which might look like a lot, but really if you want to look at it in terms of 5-minute timings, you can probably get the whole thing typed in 10 minutes. Just stay with it. Okay, work on your accuracy in your speed when you're typing, and follow the directions there for the long quote, the title, in the side headings. And then 47D3 is the bibliography. Follow the instructions for that. Show me your file when you're done with 47D3. If you have any questions, raise your hand.